Every single day I am asked a question, at least here in Florida, should I sell my house? Well, that's not an easy yes or no answer. It depends on a lot of circumstances. So here we are in an amazing market in 2022. Now, it's amazing if you're a seller because currently, as of today, we're in a strong seller's market, but I do think that it's going to change a bit or level out. So, if you're thinking of selling, you've got to really think what the motivation is to make sure you make a great decision. We know that there are prices right now that none of us have seen before for houses. I mean, we sit there as real estate professionals and go, my gosh, I can't believe what they're getting for that home. And everyone seems to want to cash out, but let me ask you a few questions before you decide to make that decision. Because sometimes we just think of the bottom line of the dollars and we don't think ahead of what this is really going to look like and making a good decision. The first question I have for you is this a second home? If it's a second home and you're not using it and maybe you're at a different space in your life that it's just not meeting your needs and you're never going to be back there again, then it's probably a great time to sell that. Or you can hold the asset and rent it, since rental properties and rental prices are actually making a killing right now. So that's another way to hold the asset, gain some income, and sort of make your decision as you go along. Is this your homestead property? In other words, you live in this full-time in Florida. Well, if it is and you want to downsize, have you thought about what the cost will be for downsizing, such as higher taxes or different maintenance, the cost of the property itself? It may be cheaper to stay where you are and hire things and not let the dangling of all the money that you would get from this property entice you to sell, giving you a decision you might really regret later. Because if selling the property that you own right now is making you a buyer, then basically you've probably really missed the point of why you're selling the home. Maybe you've inherited a home and now is a great time to sell it, so that's extra money. Or maybe you're getting married and you've got two homes and you can sell one and invest some money in different things into your marriage. But none of us know where this market is going to go. Will it go upside down like what we saw in the recession? There is absolutely no indications of that. We may get a more equalized market. Prices may stabilize. Maybe we'll become more of a buyer-seller market. With the rising interest rates, that is really stopping a lot of people from moving ahead. So even though we have a housing crisis and there's not many homes and it's a seller's market, I really do believe that there are buyers that are hesitating in coming into this market, because if you take what has occurred 1 year ago and you add the higher interest rate, which right now is about 5.5%, the increase in prices of homes, did you know that buyers are basically paying 55% more for a home this year in 2022 than they did in 2021? And you've got to really think about that. Will the gain in equity, if you decide to downsize, happen the same as your previous home? I actually really doubt it, because you probably bought your previous home during a time in the market where you got a great price, you have a lower interest rate, the cost of running your home is less, your taxes are less, because in Florida, you're based on a homestead tax. They only go up 3% a year. And even though you can take some of that tax with you to a new home, you've really got to think of what those monthly expenses will be. So as you make this decision on should I sell my home, really think about what the purpose is. Is it because of money you can get and then you can downsize? Do you want a new home? And that comes with a lot of angst because of pricing and supply chain issues and delivery of that. Is that what you want? Do you want to move out of the area? Are you being transferred for a job? There's all sorts of reasons, but if the absolute reason is to get the money out of your home, placing you, as I said, into a buyer, then you've really sort of missed the point. But if all these other reasons make sense for you, then it's a good time to sell. So don't just sell for the dollars. You could end up regretting that choice. So come with me to watch this video on the status of the housing market, which should assist you in making some really good decisions whether you own or will be purchasing real estate. Because as I mentioned, the most commonly asked question I get is, how is the real estate market? So please remember to comment below so I can answer any questions you have. And until next time, see you later.